Namaste. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your practice. This practice is about strength. Strength provides the foundation of support for our yoga asanas, giving us good alignment, and also helps teach us good, healthy posture. And that good posture, in turn, allows us to breathe much better and makes us a little bit taller, straighter, so that we feel more confidence and others see us with more respect. The strength also allows us to move in and out of the poses more safely, and we don't have the tendency to collapse under the effect of gravity into the joints and ligaments, so that these stretches are healthier for the body. And building strength in yoga involves usually repetition, multiple times, repeating a pose, or holding a pose for a longer period of time. So we can use a combination of both those in this practice. The mudra is Ganesh Mudra. Ganesh is the elephant deity in the Hindu pantheon. And the elephant obviously represents this enormous reservoir of strength. And a strength that is very controlled and very well balanced. The strength that we build in our yoga practice helps us in our daily life not only to remain more self-sufficient as we age, but also to help those around us that are physically challenged. So this mudra is clasping the fingertips around one another and holding the palms in front of the chest, one hand faced out, the other hand faced in. So we sit up tall and straight, have a strong back and spine, and then as you exhale, gently pull the elbows apart, pulling against the fingertips. Inhale, get tall, broaden the shoulders, and as you exhale, gently apply that pressure, pulling one hand against the other. Inhale the sense of strength and power. Inhale fortitude, tenacity. Keep building up the strength in the body as you breathe. Each breath adding to that strength. And reverse the hands, the opposite hand facing out that was. Continue breathing strength into the back, into the shoulders. Breathe as though your whole body breathes, gaining strength in every cell. And release the mudra. And going to begin prone on our stomach, Crocodile Pose. So we're laying face down on the stomach, turning the toes out, and building a rest for your forehead with the forearms stacking on top of one another. Continue to breathe in a sense of strength, power, fortitude. Breathe into the back of the neck. And now we're extending the arms forward, the legs straight back, point the toes back, and we're going to alternate sides, lifting that right arm, the left leg. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, lower down. And alternate now the left arm, the right leg lifts. Inhale up and exhale down. And keep alternating sides, moving on the diagonal. Gaze is down so the neck can stay long and straight. Moving through multiple repetitions to gradually increase the strength of these muscles. Now resting, you can rest the forehead. And bring the arms out to the side, the palms face down, or if you wish, you can clasp the hands behind the back and roll the shoulders up, come into locust pose. So we're maintaining this pose for several breaths. 6 to 8 breaths. And you can rest if you need to at any point. One more deep breath. And release down. And just rock the heels from side to side. Very good. Now we'll push up to table pose. And lift up the right leg, bend the right knee, flex the foot, and pulse the right foot up and down. About 10 repetitions. And then circle the right knee out to the side. Inhale, rolling forward. And exhale, moving forward with the knee, and inhale as you lift it up behind. And reverse the circles. Okay, now extend the right leg out to the side. Here, I'll face you. So the outer edge of the right foot is parallel to the sky. And we're going to lift up that outside edge of the right foot. And you can keep it there or pulse it up and down. Good, good, excellent. Release the right knee down and start on the left side. So bend the left knee, flex the foot, and pulse that left knee up and down. Then circle the left knee, coming out to the side. Exhale, inhale, lift up, straight back. And reverse those circles. extend the left leg sideways so the outer edge of the foot is facing the sky. Lift and maintain or pulse up and down with that left foot. That's it. Excellent. Release the left knee down. Not easy doing those. Please come to plank pose. And you can just maintain strength in the core, the navel. Hug the arms into the midline. And press down through the finger pads of each finger. You'll start to see white around the edges of the fingernails. And after what seems like an eternity in plank pose, push back to downward facing dog. And you may need to walk the knees a little, stretching the hamstrings for down dog. Now start to move shoulders forward. Inhale, high plank. And exhale, push back again to down dog. Repeating these asanas. Inhale, plank. And exhale, down dog. And as you come forward to plank, if you want, bend the elbows lower to half plank. And then back to down dog. Come to high plank or low plank. All right, and come back to plank pose and just some mini push-ups, just an inch up and down. You could do these all day long, so much fun. All right, lots of mini push-ups. And then rest on the knees. And sit back to the heels. Take the weight out of the hands. Maybe shake the wrists some as they get tired in those. All right, hero pose. I'm going to clasp the hands behind the back so I can once more stretch in the chest muscles that I've just tensed a lot. Good. And from hero pose, let's come back to downward facing dog. And this time, we'll lift the right leg up in three-legged dog. And hold here several breaths. Try to straighten the right knee. Lengthen the arms as you exhale. Press out through the palms and push back through the toes of the right foot. Keep breathing. Good. And then lower the right foot down and lift the left leg up in three-legged dog. Inhale, strength. Exhale. Use that to really lengthen, extend, and be powerful. Good. Lower the left foot down and turn the heels to the right. Come on to the right arm for side plank. Lift the left arm up. Okay, now you can balance on that outer edge of the right foot and keep it as a static pose this way, or begin to lift that left leg up and down. Now you're looking strong. Okay, left hand down, push back to downward dog. Alright, time for the other side. Balance on the left arm. Turn the heels to the left. Lift the right arm up. Stay balanced or start moving up and down with that right leg. Do another. Good. Excellent. Back to down dog. And rest on the knees. And back down to a high kneeling position for Camel Pose. And support the lower back or reach down to the heels. Come into Camel Pose. Pushing the hips forward, lifting the heart up. And squeezing the buttocks. Hold another breath. And when you're ready, release. Sweep one arm forward, lift it up, and follow with the other arm until you're upright. And resting back to the heels, sit back down. All right. Curl the toes under, lift the knees. And walk the hands inside the knees. We'll do a crow pose for arm balance. Tuck the elbows inside the knees. And squeeze the knees into the upper arms. So the more you bend your elbows, the more of a shelf you'll have to kneel on. Lift up the heels and then start leaning forward with the head until one foot comes up and then the second comes up. Keep breathing. And when you need to rest, just come back down to the feet. Balance so you can release any tension in the wrists. Okay. And just so we can complete that with another repetition, only 2 repetitions on this pose. We'll come into crow once more. So lean it forward, lift up, lift from the navel. Keep squeezing the knees into the midline so they don't slide down the arms. And finish back on the toes. Come up to standing. Inhale, Tadasana pose. Arms up. Fingertips touching the sphere mudra. Breathe strength into the legs, into the hips, all the way down the legs to the feet, toes. You can feel strong roots anchoring you to the earth. And we're going into Goddess Pose. So face this direction, bend the knees. You can turn the toes out some and squat down with the hips. feel in a good stance. Engage more muscular energy in the inner thighs, navel center. And we'll make our Ganesh Mudra in front of the heart. Inhale, broaden the neck and shoulders. And exhale, pull against the hands. Squat down a little deeper. Inhale, expand. Exhale, deepen. And reverse the hands. Keep going. You can do this. You're strong. Almost there. Giving your best breath now. Deepest squat. And release. Straighten the legs. Woo, shake it out. And we're coming to Warrior One. Warrior One. So stepping the right foot back, the right heel grounding. Take a moment to feel your feet. And when they're solidly connected to the earth, begin to reach forward with the arms. Breathe strength into the back. Each inhale, lifting head and shoulders a little higher. Keep breathing. Enjoy the moment. Try not to anticipate. And finally, clasp the hands behind for a humble warrior. And take the arms up and fold forward. Release the hands down, step the right foot up to meet the left, and exhale, fold over straight legs. Soften the knees, inhale, lift the arms, touch the palms. Exhale, rest the arms down. Okay, on the second side, Warrior One, step the left foot back. Bend the right knee and take a moment to feel how your feet are grounding you. And then engage the leg muscles, hug the muscles to the bone. And you're pulling that right thigh bone up and into the hip socket. And strengthening down the inseam of the left leg to really push that heel down behind you. Inhale, sweep up with the arms. Breathe strength into your foundation, into the hips and pelvis. Each inhale, lifting the head and shoulders a little higher. Remembering that foundation of muscular energy. Each breath bringing more strength, more fortitude. And now clasp the hands behind for humble warrior and lift the arms up as you fold forward. Keep toning the inner thighs. Tendencies to let a lot of weight just kind of drop into that right hip. I'm going to keep the feet pressing down. So there's no sense of collapse or surrender, but complete control. Releasing the hands forward, step the left foot up. Inhale to a flat back. And exhale, fold over straight legs again. Soften the knees. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, rest. Arms to your side. And once more, step the right foot back for Warrior Two. Lengthen your stance towards the ends of the mat and bend the left knee. Start to engage the inner thigh muscles, the glutes. Open the arms. Breathe your strength in every breath in. Exhale, use that to go deeper. Floating on the breath. And then lower the left elbow on the knee and side angle pose, the right arm forward over the ear. Now don't collapse into that left shoulder. Push down with strength into that left thigh. Push down with strength into the feet. Enliven the pose with strong breath. You can do this. You've got this. Now straighten the left leg for triangle pose. Push down through the soles of the feet. Lift up through the right fingertips. And use strong breath to maintain that muscular energy. So there's no collapse down onto that left hip or sinking into the knee joint. You don't even need a sticky mat. Your legs are so powerful that you could be on roller skates and still have control of the pose. Good, and release, and a vinyasa, or stepping forward. You can switch sides. The vinyasa, we go back to down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. As you exhale, press the hips back. Take a few breaths here. Remembering to apply lots of pressure through the pads of the fingers. And step the right foot through. Turn the left toes out. And we come back to Warrior Two. Lengthen your stance to your best ability. And breathe strength in and out. Strong deep breaths maintains power power for the pose. The mind will get tired of the pose, usually before the body. Looking great. Now to side angle. Left arm reaching forward over the ear. And strong core lifting up through the pelvic floor. Pressing down through the soles of the feet. Show me that elephant power that's unstoppable. Now straightening the right knee, squeeze that kneecap, extend straight through the legs, lengthen the left arm straight up. Maintain that strong awareness of core strength, particularly around the right hip. Fabulous job. We're almost done. And release, bend the right knee. And take the hands down to the mat. Step the right foot back to downward facing dog. And we're going to have a little fun now, hopping from side to side. So just little bunny hops from one side of the mat to the other side. Several times, back and forth. And we'll come back to the center. Downward dog or rest. Give your knees a chance to bend to the floor. I'm going to try one more hop. This time, hop up into pike position. It makes a L shape with the legs and spine in the L shape. I'll give it one more. I can do better. All right, have a nice rest. And sit on the heels or in child's pose, wherever you can breathe and rest. See how thoroughly you can breathe that stress out of the body, letting go of it. And I'd like you to come around to seated. Extend the legs forward. And first, find balance on the sitting bones, drawing the lower back in, rolling the shoulders up and back, and flexing the feet. Spread the toes. Now lift the knees, and without hunching forward or slumping too far back, we're going to lift up the heels, balance in boat pose. Use any support you need to maintain the pose, or try without the hands, or even straightening the legs. Big breaths now. You can choose that Ganesh Mudra here, clasping hands over the heart and pulling apart as you exhale. You can do this. You are strong. Reverse the hands. You are powerful. Time to rest. Whew. Good job. Really good. Now, let's go all the way to a wide leg forward bend. So spreading the legs wide apart, flex the ankles, squeeze the kneecaps, and draw the lower back in. Roll the shoulders up, shoulder blades in, navel in, and then you start to fold forward. Pressing down through the sitting bones and through the backs of the legs and through the heels. Ground with muscular energy. Use your strength in this forward bend to maintain that deep rootedness of the sitting bones so that the lower back can stretch as much as the upper back. If the sitting bones lift up, then that lower back just doesn't get as much stretch. So you can even think of bowing the lumbar spine back. And there, deeper forward bend. And we'll lift up halfway, lift the knees part way, and bind the big toes. Lean back and find balance on the sitting bones, and then try and lift the legs. Keep the chin up, the shoulders back, the heart lifted. Show me what strong yogis you are. Good, and release that, coming down with the feet. All right, lie back, recline, and just hug the knees into the chest, giving space on the inhalation to expand in the belly and lungs, and a little tighter squeeze on the exhalation, tightening the knees to the chest. And separate the knees and rock the knees side to side, back and forth. And extend the legs so they're straight away and the arms are straight overhead. And symmetrically lengthen, stretch, and extend as you inhale. And with arms and legs separated, we're going to lift opposite pairs. So left leg, right arm, lift up, touch, and then lower back down. Exhale, right leg, left hand, lift, and lower on the inhale. And keep alternating from side to side. Try not to let gravity speed things up in the downward direction, but resist the gravity enough to make the movement as long for the inhale and exhale. All right, finish this side. And rest the arms up overhead. Now lift the knees, walk the heels in. And we'll lift both legs and arms together, bending at the knees. So inhale, lift both feet up. The hands come up to touch. And then lower the feet back down by bending the knees. And each exhale, come back up together. And just continue on with your breath, moderating the pace. Great. Let's try one more. Reach it up. And then rest back down. Rest the legs, rest the arms. Take a mini Shavasana, a couple breaths. See how thoroughly you can relax these muscles. Just with those deep breaths. Okay, let's do another exercise while on the back. Lift the arms over the head. And this time we're going to bring the elbows and knees in to touch one another. So keeping the knees bent, draw the knees towards the chest, the elbows towards the knees. Lift the head and shoulders if you can. And then extend the legs back out. And if you can, hover the feet off the floor, the shoulders hover. And come back together as you exhale. Crunch in, inhale, extend out to low plank. Boat and back together. That's right, keep going. Good, don't stop. Awesome, getting almost to the end. Good, now one more for good luck. And rest the feet down. Just open the knees apart. Come into that reclining cobbler pose. Letting the hips totally rest. The feet, arms, everything sink into the floor. Deep restorative breath. Letting go of all that effort now as you relax. And now we'll just bring the knees back together, point, walk the heels in towards the sitting bone for a bridge pose. And use the elbows to press down, feet to press down, and lift the sides of the hips up. Try clasping the hands underneath or support the buttocks. And maintain your bridge pose using the strong breath to lift you higher on the inhalation and to squeeze the buttocks and thighs on the exhalation. Maintain that support. Keep breathing here. Doing great. Another option is to hold the ankles with the hands. Maybe I'm choosing the inside of the feet. Last breath, lift to your max. And then exhale, release the hands and lower the buttocks. Just rest. And now we're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee for a reclining hip opener. Okay, the right hand can guide the knee out to the side. So safe stretching usually means non-weight bearing. So opening the hip without being weight bearing on it. It's a more gentle and softer way to stretch. And begin gradually holding the thigh and drawing the left knee towards the chest as you exhale. And then lengthening the arms as you inhale. And just patiently, methodically, and diligently strengthen on the exhale the muscles around the hip joint. Another deep breath. And then we'll switch sides, putting the right foot down, cross the left ankle over the right knee, and guide the left knee out to the side. And you can keep that right foot on the floor if you're feeling enough stretch, or begin to lift the right knee and pull it towards your chest. Relaxing the arms on the inhalation, give space to breathe, and then tighten the muscles on the exhalation around that hip joint, and in the lower abdomen, the navel center, squeeze those muscles, and then relax them on the inhale. Deep breath in, slow, long breath out, squeezing muscular energy. So besides stretches that are non-weight bearing, there are safer ways to stretch by engaging the muscle that you're stretching. To protect the ligaments and joints where it attaches. Another full breath. And we'll start to release. Lower the left foot down. Now just widen the feet to the width of the mat. Arms like cactus arms. And we'll windshield wiper the knees to the right, head to the left. And then switch the knees up and over to the opposite side. And take several breaths on this side, allowing more of that tension to drain out of the body. And then lift the knees back up and tuck the chin to the chest. Hug the backs of the thighs so that you can rock back and forth on the spine like a rocking chair, and perhaps be able to rock the feet up and over the head into a plow pose. And the hands can be used to support the hips and lift the hips up, or clasping hands behind the back. And support the lower back and hips with the hands. Bend the knees. Come into the inverted action pose. So there's an arch in the lower back, so the weight of the hips and legs is right in the hands. There's no weight in the back of the neck. You can keep the knees bent or begin to straighten the legs, come into more of a shoulder stand, but you need a lot of strength in the shoulders and neck if you're going to lift those hips up to a more vertical position. Okay, usually we put extra blankets under the shoulders so the neck doesn't have to support so much weight, but you have strong, elephant strong neck. You can press the back of your skull into the floor. And when you're ready, release and bend the knees around the back and roll down to the mat with control. And take a final symmetrical stretch with arms up overhead, legs out straight, and maybe like you're climbing up a rope or a ladder, one arm, one rung at a time. A little asymmetrical stretching there in the body. And we'll bring ourselves into Shavasana, the arms down at your side, feet as wide as the mat. And then tucking the shoulder blades under the back, the palms will face up, and the chest can open and relax and breathe. And just stay in this relaxing Shavasana pose. Recuperate from your exertions of strength yoga. It's a lot of effort to build that strength in the body, and yet it's so welcome when you need it. When you need it for yourself, or when you need it to help someone else, you'll have it. And that reassurance, that confidence, and that good posture gives you a much more positive outlook on your life, on the way that you view things that happen, that you can overcome these minor obstacles because you are powerful and you are strong. You have the ability to assert yourself when you need to, and you have the confidence and courage to express what you're thinking and feeling when it needs to be shared. Now letting your body fully enjoy this rest. It's easy to relax when you just allow it to happen. It will happen naturally. And over time, your breathing comes down to normal, quiet, and even more peaceful pace. Just allowing your whole body to breathe, expanding in every nook and cranny as you inhale, and subsiding, sinking deeper into the mat as you exhale. You've shown me what strong yogis you are, And now you deserve this time of rest and recuperation for your body. Letting the body just sink into this relaxation. It feels wonderful to really fully rest, release, and let go. And the more your body rests, it sinks into this peaceful feeling, and the more your mind can let go of some of its chatter and just enjoy this peaceful, serene feeling in the body. Scanning the body with the mind, sensing what you feel in your face and eyes, and allowing any residual tension to just release and slacken, melt away, and let go. The mouth and jaw resting, slack, and the neck and shoulders relaxing more and more. And the arms, the hands and fingers letting go, feeling heavier, softer. And the chest relaxing, the back, and the stomach softening, and the hips, and the thighs relaxing, and the calves relaxing, and the feet and toes relaxing. And your whole body just trustfully surrenders into the mat, sinking into the floor like it was a soft, fluffy cloud. Just enjoying this relaxing sensation, appreciating the preciousness of this time, of just letting your body totally rest and your mind relax all its mental effort. Giving the mind and body a chance to reboot and start fresh. Makes you feel stronger and healthier and more vital. Yeah. Begin to deepen your breath. And start to move and stretch once more in your physical body. And when you're ready to roll over and rest in the fetal position, give your mind time to wake up as well, being aware of the room around you, the other people, and then make your way up to a sitting position. It was a challenging practice this morning, I grant you. I'm very proud that you were all here to participate to the best of your ability. I thank you for your presence. I bow to your strength. Namaste.